Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Upwork 30-day challenge. I am super excited that you are watching, and that shows me that you are serious about building your brand on Upwork. And if you follow these steps, I promise you that you will bear much fruit. You will be a success on Upwork. Now I want to encourage you to trust the process. All of these tips that I'm going to give you are practical tips, and all of these tips work. Don't deviate from it, continue to do them, and I promise you that you will have success. So in today's session, we are gonna go job hunting. We're gonna go through the whole process of finding the right job, especially as somebody that just joined Upwork. We're going to be looking at how and where do you find that job. We're gonna be looking at writing a proposal for the job, and we're gonna be looking at the client side of the proposals. We're going to be looking at what they see when you send in proposals so that you know what to do and what not to do. Before we dive into it, please remember to subscribe so that you can get notified when the next session comes out, so that you can continue on this journey to build your brand on Upwork. So let's dive right in. Before I start this session officially, I am going to assume a couple of things. The first thing is I am going to assume that you have watched the first part of this 30-day challenge. And with that, I'm going to assume that your profile is 100% complete. The second thing, I'm going to assume that you have chosen your two fields that you want to specialize in on Upwork and on your profile. Thirdly, I'm going to assume that you are more than adequate and more than capable of doing anything in the specialized portfolios that you have chosen for your profile. And lastly, I'm going to assume that you have a lot of amazing examples on your portfolio and on your profile that you can showcase to clients. If you don't have these 4 things already in place, I want to encourage you to wait before you watch the session. Go and sort those things out so that you can go along with the session to follow the steps and do them as we go through them. Because this way you will learn a lot instead of having to go back and forth the whole time. If everything I discussed in the first session is not in place, you're going to really struggle to follow along with this session. Remember, we need to build a solid foundation. This foundation is pretty much the groundwork for the rest of your Upwork career. And if you don't finish and sort this out properly, then your whole building will come tumbling down. So it's really important to put every single step in place. There's a reason, there's a method to the madness, and follow the process. It works. Alright, so like I said, today we are going job hunting, and this is really exciting because there are so many opportunities on Upwork. Sometimes you can get really great jobs for very little work, where you get a lot of money for little work, and sometimes you get long-term clients which actually helps you in the long run. So you just need to be awake all the time to make sure that you grab every single opportunity that comes your way. Now, before we dive into the whole job hunting process, I want to give you a pro tip that you need to take along on this whole journey. And that is that long-term success will always require short-term sacrifice. Now, a lot of times when people join Upwork, they think they're going to get rich quick. They think that they don't have to put in a lot of work to start making money. I see some videos on YouTube that says make $5,000 a day without any experience. What a load of rubbish. You still need to put in the work. And especially if you join Upwork for the first time, and if you're only starting your journey on Upwork, people try to put high rates in the beginning to try and make as much money as possible. And that comes later on, but in the beginning you need to make sacrifices. I would say for at least the first week, or maybe even 2 weeks. I would even go as far as to say for the first month, don't try to make money on Upwork. All right, your goal should be to build up your profile in the beginning. Your goal should not be to make money. Your goal should be to build your profile and get your ratings up. Make sure that when people click on your profile, that your profile is $1 million profile. Now, it might not have the $1 million price tag, but your profile might be filled with amazing reviews, with amazing samples of work, and that already makes your profile $1 million profile. So that is what you need to be doing. So with that in mind, we are going to be looking at how you can start picking up easy jobs in order to get ratings on your profile and start to build your brand. Are you guys ready? Let's dive in. All right, so here on the screen, after you've got your specialized profiles up and running, you've got your profile completeness to 100%, everything is in order, you can now go ahead and look for jobs. So what Upwork does is they take all the info that you have given them from your specialized profiles, as well as the tag words that you have given them, and they give you jobs on your timeline over here that they think is the most suitable for you. Now, I am going to be focused on the video editing and motion graphics part of it, just because that's what I specialize in. But if you specialize in something different, like coaching, graphic design, maybe data science, Python, Power BI, those type of things, then those are the type of jobs that will actually appear on your timeline. But there are so much more, and I'm going to show you where to find and how to find the right jobs on Upwork. So as you can see, here is your timeline with all the different jobs. So all the most recent jobs will appear right on top. Alright, so what you want to do when you just start off, you want to find a specific job and a specific level of job in order to get ratings on your profile. So what you do is you go click on this search tab. So if you are a video editor, for example, you can search for video editing. Okay, so let's see what it gives us. So here you can filter different jobs. So, and that is what I want you to do. I want you to filter jobs so that you can find the right one and apply to the right job. Obviously, we want video editing. So let's go and select video editing. That is under design and creative, video and animation. So that is the type of jobs that we are looking for. And then I would suggest for the first job, or for the first couple of jobs, don't try to find an expert level job, just because people won't hire you if you're brand new on Upwork, especially if they need an expert editor, just because you don't have a reputation or rapport with a client because you don't have any ratings. My suggestion would be, even though you might be expert video editor or whatever field you are in, go for the intermediate or entry level jobs. So I'm going to select these two, and the reason why I say select these two jobs is because there's no big expectation of delivering massive quality work. So if you are an expert, you're going to blow them away, and they're going to write you these amazing reviews which will be excellent for your profile. And on top of that, these type of jobs can afford to hire somebody that don't have ratings on their profile. We don't mind hourly or fixed price, so we'll just leave that for now. And then number of proposals. So this is really important, and another pro tip. Whenever you apply for work, you want to apply as soon as that job comes out. Just because you'll see later when we look at what the client sees, better rated talent on Upwork appears higher on the list. But if you apply first, you appear first on the list for maybe a couple of minutes. Maybe that's enough time for the client to open up your proposal and be wooed by whatever you write in your proposal, and they decide to give you the job. So pro tip, apply as quickly as you can. Don't waste time. Usually on the job posts, you'll see here that shows you how many people have already applied for jobs. So as a newbie, you don't want to apply for a job that has more than 10 posts or applications already. So like you can see on the screen, this job has already 15 to 20 people that applied. That means among those people are already people with ratings that are top rated or top rated plus, and the chances of you getting that job is not likely. So you want to get jobs, or you want to apply to jobs that has less than 5 or less than 10 proposals that are sent through already. So let's carry on with the filter. We want to have less than 5 or between 5 and 10, but I would maybe recommend let's just go for less than 5, because those are the jobs that you are more likely to get as a newbie on Upwork. Alright, so client info, don't have to worry about that. Client history, also don't have to worry about that. Client location, doesn't really matter. Talent cloud, doesn't matter. Let's go for project length, less than 1 month. And then hours per week, that doesn't really matter. Alright, after we filled in the filter section, now we have all the jobs that we really want to look at. Our job here is looking for an easy job. So this is for a 1-minute trailer of our new machine. I need an Amazon product video to promote my product on Amazon. Okay, change green background with motion graphics, a YouTube video content creator. Okay, so that's more of a long-term job. We're gonna leave that one. I reckon let's go for this one. That is with a budget of $50. Okay, so they are in the Netherlands. You can see there they need video editing, which is really not complicated. And let's click on this and then go through the process. Okay, and then they give you a website to go check out, and then I will send you a Google Drive link with the movies. So let's just click on that one for now and check out what the product is that they are trying to sell. All right, so they are selling machinery. All right, so that is cool. So this is kind of the product video that they want, and I assume that the footage that they will send you will be footage like this playing over here. All right, so I'm happy with this job, and this job sounds really interesting. So I reckon we can apply for this job. And if you want info about the client, you can read up on the client right over here on the right hand side. The proposals has gone up from 5 to between 10 and 15, and you can see that the client has viewed this 4 minutes ago. That's why you need to get your proposal out as soon as you can, so that the client can read yours before all the other proposals come through, and then you might not stand a chance. But for this exercise, I want to apply for this job just to show you the process. Alright, so let's hit submit proposal. Okay, so after you've clicked submit proposal, you can now just follow the steps from the top down. So I want to apply as a freelancer. I want to apply with my video editing specialized profile. This just shows that the proposal will require 4 connects to apply for this job, which is fine because it shows me I've got 202 connects remaining. Then you can read the same job description that we just went through. And here is the budget. Now, this is the important thing. That pro tip I gave you in the beginning, that long-term success will always require short-term sacrifice. So even though this client says his budget is $50, you want to do this for, I would say, let's go for $20. Remember, we're not trying to make money in the beginning. We want to start by building our brand and there will be sacrifices that we must make in order to do that. So we're going to start off with $20 for this job. We want to, how long is this going to take? This is going to take less than 1 month. Then the cover letter. What I did was I just pasted a cover letter that I wrote when I landed my first job, and I tweaked it a little bit just to update it to 2022. All right. And I want you to go through this with me so that you can understand what is important and what not. So a very important thing to remember when writing a proposal is that your first 2 lines is the most important of your proposal, because when a client looks at all the different proposals that talent sent through, those are the 2 lines that clients see before they even open your proposal. So if your proposal doesn't have a hook line and you don't have ratings, then your proposal might not even get opened. So it's really important in the first 2 lines to mention to the client that you are new on Upwork and that you really want a chance. So let's go through this. I have read through your job description and think that I will be a great fit. So secondly, I have recently joined the Upwork space and hoping to make a career out of it. I am currently a video editor, animator and a trained sound engineer, and I have been doing it for the last 10 years. All right, so that is a very important sentence to put in. I recently joined Upwork space and hoping to make a career out of it. So that way you let the client know right off the bat that you just joined Upwork and that is why you don't have any ratings, and if they give you a chance they might get really quality work, especially if you mention that you have 10 years of experience. So that already sounds really good. So next, you want to talk about the price a little bit. So here you want to mention, I'm willing to drop my price to $20. Okay, you can maybe just add in there for the whole job, so I can get ratings and reviews on my profile. So right off the bat, you let the client know that you are dropping your rate to $20 so that you can get ratings and reviews on your profile. That way, the client already knows, okay, cool, you're new to Upwork, you don't have any ratings or reviews, that's okay, you just joined. Secondly, you've got 10 years experience, that is really good. And secondly, they know now that you have dropped and lowered your price so that you can get ratings and reviews. Now, if I was a client and I read this, I would be willing to go for this just because, I mean, I always like to support people. After that, you can say, I would appreciate it if you can give me a chance. So hopefully that softens their heart and you can land an interview. That would be rad, and I'm sure that you will. So after that, you can say, I'm really experienced editing various kinds of projects from corporate to YouTube videos. So it's really important to note that you can't just copy paste proposals for clients. They know this, and so it's really important to customize every single proposal according to the job description. And you want to let them know that you have read the job description and that you understand the job description. If they don't have confidence that you have read and understand the job description, then chances are good that you might not get an interview or you might not get the job. So it's really important to write in your proposal that you can say, I'm really experienced editing various kinds of projects from corporate to YouTube videos. That's relevant to the job. In this, you can say, I have also looked at your website and I will be able to produce a great 1-minute promo of your product. Awesome stuff. And then you can finish off by saying, hoping to hear back from you, kind regards, Duan. So if you are happy with that, you can go to the next step, which is boost your proposal. All right, so we can just say send for connect. We don't have to boost that. We can just say send for connect. All right, so I'm not going to do that just because I'm not really interested in this job, but now you know the whole process of sending a proposal. So now what I want to do is go to the client side of things and see what these proposals look like when they come through. Let's check it out. So I have recently created a job post for people to edit the videos that you are currently watching. And the reason for that was so that I can obviously get my videos edited, and secondly, so that you can see what it looks like when people send through proposals. So first of all, let's just read through the job post. I am a fellow Upwork talent and I've started my YouTube channel. I don't have time to work and edit my own YouTube channel's content. Are you able to replicate this and perhaps do a better job? And I gave him an example. I can send the files via Dropbox. It will be plus minus 30 gigs per episode. Please send previous work as well as the word / at the beginning of your proposal so I know you read the job description. Now, there are a lot of people that do that, and it's brilliant because that way you can already sort through people that send proposals. All right, so here you can see that you get people that boosted their proposals, and you'll see that people that are better matched, their proposals will be right on top. Let's go through some of these proposals. So hi Duan / so already I know that person have read through my proposal. The rate is $25 and this guy hasn't earned anything.
So that means that you definitely have a chance if you were to apply for this job. What I would have done is I would have just lowered that rate to maybe $20 an hour, and you can see that the first 2 lines are really nice, and that would make me want to click on his profile. You can see that he has also read through the job description because he said / in the beginning, and so that's really cool. Just notice that you can see the first 2 lines of the cover letter, so make sure that you spend proper time working out a hook for your cover letter in the first 2 lines.
I would really reward people that put in the effort to read through the proposals and make sure that they understand it. So I hope that this video helped. And I hope that you will take the time to build your foundation, to get your profile up and running, to start making loads of money. And I hope that this helped. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. I will reply and respond to every single comment. I'm really here to help you guys get up and running. Please remember to subscribe to this channel so that you know when the next session comes out, where we will be going deeper into building your brand here on Upwork. See you in the next session. Cheers.